Okay, another addition to the exercise archive of me explaining why I have you execute a certain lift and how I think you should execute it to maximize your results. This one is face pulls. First, again, you have to understand why we're doing it, right? We're doing it for two reasons. The same shoulder health of structural balance between front and back that Charles Poliquin talked about, much the same as lat pull downs, except this time we're not focusing on scapular depression, just retraction. And then that brings me to the second point, which is also strengthening the external rotators of your shoulders. So, long story short, just by doing pressing and pulling, you're going to have very strong internal rotators. Your pec is an internal rotator, and I think your lat's an internal rotator, not sure on that one. But just by doing conventional heavy training, your internal rotators are gonna get pretty damn strong. And not many of these motions will hit your external rotators, and you don't want that disparity in strength. So you're gonna want to train something as far as external rotation. And I am more of a two birds with one stone kind of guy, rather than having to do some rear delt flies and then doing external rotation separately. I would rather both get that upper back, like rear delt, rear trap, rhomboid volume at the same time as strengthening your external rotators. And so with those goals in mind comes how we execute a face pull, right? So you're gonna, at the front, you are going to want to protract, the opposite of retraction, protract your scapula and let it stretch out the muscles of your rear back. You're gonna, again, start the motion with the muscle groups you want to do. So before you even bend your arms, you want your scaps moving back into a retracted position, and you're gonna come here. A lot of you guys will go too low like this, which will adequately work your rear delts, but then you're not gonna get the external rotation component. So you do want your arm coming to 90 degrees here, if not a little bit more if you're more mobile than I am, right? So the emphasis is on this at the back, or coming high and as deep as you can. I'll do a pause and I will try to go like just above my head, if not just tap my forehead with it, to really maximize the range of motion, because I think most people can get more range of motion on their face pulls than they are doing and would benefit from doing so. And I pause all of my reps at the contracted point to make sure it feels like I'm doing them correctly. If you have them at the end of your program, you can choose to do these before you bench as part of your warm-up like I do. Just mark them like you did them. You don't have to move them. Just know that's part of your warm-up, but you also did the work. It doesn't matter when the work is done during the session. It's the same stimulus, right? So I always do that because I need to warm up my external rotators, and I figured while I do that, I may as well get my upper back warmed up. But yeah, you know, get further back than a lot of you are, and you want to hit a pause at the back, usually.